Welcome back. Figured I'd take you on a quick garden tour today, update you on the tomato project and other things. This is our one surviving mortgage lifter tomato. It looks good. Well, this might be a mortgage lifter too, but I did put some transplants in here. So this is our one surviving good looking mortgage lifter, and this is a baby one. We'll see if it's a mortgage lifter. The symbol tomatoes, which I got from a local place, have not done well. They've all had issues with blossom end rot, which is just ridiculous because I've got heirloom varieties that aren't being touched by it. So we are going to get some tomatoes out of there. There's a symbol right there. Looks a little better. The chocolate pear, they're starting to make some little tomatoes, as you can see. They're not bad. I think the last one we got was harvested a little early. It's hard not to eat those first ones a little early. Got a few sunflowers mixed in. We're kind of in a transition here because it's been really hot and dry. Transplants aren't doing very well. Some things are kind of petering out. So I've been dropping in some different stuff here and there. And Rachel's been staying on top of watering with the hose. So this bed here is the Berry's Crazy Cherry. These guys have done quite well. See, we're getting some nice fruit in there. They're quite pleasant. They're very good. And I've started putting basil in between. We've also been mulching with grass, cutting grass up the hill alongside the access road and elsewhere and bringing it down to kind of keep the ground cool. We got some rain last night, which is why everything's looking pretty good right now. Those are some cool looking cherries, aren't they? Oh, I like that. Look at how many are on these guys. There's a lot of cherries in there. That one's almost ready. Look at that. I told the kids, I said, if you bump it and it falls off, it's ready and you can eat it. So they come by and bump the tomatoes like 5,000 times a day. These are Pantano Romanesco. We've lost a couple of them for demonstration purposes. I left this one. There's that evil wilt. This one looks like it got a little blown over in the rain in the night. But these guys are pretty cool looking tomatoes. They look like they're going to be pretty big. If they can survive long enough, some of these indeterminate tomatoes really take their sweet time growing tomatoes compared to the determinate types. Very beautiful. This is the white Tomasol tomato, which I really love the way these look. Look at that. Those gorgeous tomatoes. That's a pure white tomato, but we've lost a couple of them to wilt, and I'm a little nervous, as to how well they're actually going to do. Some things are just not made for the tropics. See that one? That one's wilting away. Beans are petering out, but we got pound after pound after pound after pound of green beans, and we've saved a lot of seeds, because I set aside an area. This is the Berry's Crazy Cherry, and what I'm noticing about Berry's Crazy Cherry is that it does not seem to be a stable variety. Okay, so we've got this little one here that's not that hot. We've got this one here that has almost purple fruits. Really cool. We got this one here that has potato leaf foliage and appears to be some sort of a beefsteak that's growing. I have no idea what that is. And then this one over here is making yellow and green fruits. And this one over here is more green. So does not seem to be a stable variety. We've been tucking in corn in between the tomatoes because as tomatoes succumb, I really need some calories in the ground. So calories first. We got some corn back here. Some watermelons that my son's growing running here. See that? And then these are a quick variety of cassava that I was able to harvest from my old garden beds up the hill. They're really quick, like 3 to 6 months. Eggplants. We've got our zucchinis and summer squash going here. This is kind of funny. The summer squash looks like Zephyr on this one, but not on this one. I bought a cheap packet of seeds, and I think they just threw in whatever varieties they had sitting around. The Kentucky beans are doing well. Kentucky Wonder Pole beans. And I intercrop them with the potato yams. So the potato yams are going to come in after the beans are petering out. Got some more tire gardens here in this hard area. More zucchini. Eggplants going down the row. We've been getting plenty of eggplants. And these are cherry tomatoes coming in here. These are the remaining heat masters. A few of them have succumbed and then they get replaced with peppers. and other things. Got more eggplants. These are the Lucid Gem Tomatoes. They make really cool looking tomatoes, but they're not making very many of them. So we've been feeding them, gave them some Dave's fetid swamp water, but we've only gotten one tomato off those so far and lost most of them. Corn is in the gaps where they used to be. And then here, the carbon tomatoes are actually doing moderately well, surprisingly. I didn't, you know, I don't know about beefsteaks in the tropics, but pretty well. The okra are coming to their end, but we're still getting okra. Keep feeding them, and they keep giving us a few more so they don't justify pulling out. There is a huge carbon tomato there. It had a really funny way it formed, but that's not a rot spot, fortunately. I've been sticking in different things to confuse pests, like zinnias. Actually, I just put them in here because they're pretty, but marigolds I've been sticking in too. These beans that are coming up in the middle are hyacinth beans, and they're going up to this pole once I run some strings, and they decide they're going to start running. Hyacinth beans are super productive. And you get down here, and I've got some velvet beans as well. Mucuna pruriens. Got a few cauliflowers. Not the happiest. Again, there's cool season stuff. Really has not liked the baking heat, and we didn't have rain for almost a month. So it's coming along. Little bananas at the ends are happy because we've been soaking them. Tobacco. There's some of the papaya that I grew in the hills. I told you guys I was planting them right in the hills. You saw the video probably. Where my kids planted a sunflower right there. There's my Dave's fetid swamp water. Read more about this in Compost Everything, the good guide to extreme composting. Best way to spread fertility quickly. These are the Ksenia Grandis perennial cucumbers. Fantastic crop. It's already, look at cucumber, 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 cucumber. And they are beating the larger pickling. These are Boston pickling cucumbers. We've gotten one of these so far, where the perennial cucumber has been just rocking. There's a little one right there. The sweet potatoes have been getting stuck into a lot of gaps, so whereas I would like to plant more fun stuff, sweet potatoes seem like a good idea right now because they're a reliable staple. The rock gardens are doing well. The pak choi back there is really rocking. And yes, I intercropped cassava with the sweet potatoes. And then, you know, in between, as these beans are petering out, I'm planting in sweet potato slips to take over. If you got loose ground, you can just keep doing that. There's just a really quick run through all of our spinach. Some of the stuff going on in the garden. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the Survival Gardener Minute later today. Lima beans. All right, that's enough. Catch you guys later. I got some gardening to do. God bless. Until next time, may your thumbs always be green.